Hey Stampers, Diane Dimich here with ddstamps.com, and today I'm here to show you how I did this card. One of the things I love about this card is the monochromatic look. Monochromatic only just means one color. And you'll see that I use the same color in the ribbon and the ink and the embellishments for this card. So let's go ahead and get started. For this particular card, I used the Bloomin' Love stamp set and the Bloomin' Heart Thinlits. And these actually come as a bundle where you'll save 15% if you choose to purchase those together. And cardstock-wise, I am using a base of our Whisper White thick cardstock. I like it. It's really it's a firm base. And this is actually 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. So that's my card base. I'm using a piece of Tip Top Taupe, and this is cut 4 by 5 1/4. And then I've got another piece here of just our regular Whisper White cardstock, and that is just cut a little bit shorter than the Tip Top Taupe, and I will tell you what the measurement is. It's a 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, and I will actually post all these measurements and supplies up on my website, and there'll be a link to click there. And then this is just another piece of cardstock. It's actually 1/8 of a piece of cardstock that I'm going to use to stamp on. So to begin with, what I did with this base right here is I actually ran it through my Big Shot with the heart embossing folder, and I just ran it through so I have a nice textured background for that. And then I'm going to take my piece of Tip Top Taupe. I better move this stuff out of my way. And I'm going to come in with that heart framelit. And I'm just going to show you quickly. I am using our precision plate. And so with the precision plate, I'm going to lay down the cardstock. And then I'm going to take my Thinlit, and I'm actually going to lay it on here. Now what I did with my card is I laid this on here so that I have a little bit of space on the sides here, and this is actually the piece that I used to layer on my card. So this little edge around my card actually underneath has the framelit cut out from it. So there's just a little tip, save you a little bit on cardstock. And then you're going to go ahead and put a plate on top, and you're going to run that through your Big Shot. And with these framelits, what I found is that I'm going to run it through once. I'm going to go back over again. And I just think that it cuts better, and you don't have to go fast. So each time you go through, it's just going to cut through that intricate design a little bit more. We'll do 3 times back and forth. That's most probably than I've ever done, but... And then we'll move this out of the way. Come back with my piece that I've cut here. And then I am going to use my die brush, which is a new little tool that Stampin' Up! Is carrying. And then in here is the foam pad that comes with it. And I actually just put this into one of our wood cases to try to keep everything kind of contained. And you just rub this over the top of that, and that is going to, as you can tell, is going to loosen up that framelit, and it's going to poke out, hopefully poke out, all of those little bits of paper. And when you pull this up, pull it out of here, you can see all those little pieces of paper are just flying all over. That is, the brush has helped get them out of there, and then there are a few that I might have to go around or just kind of, but they'll all come out, and you will have a great little fancy embellishment for your card. Okay, so there's that piece, and then I'm going to go ahead and take my ink, which is Tip Top Taupe. And on this one, I went ahead and I hope you can see this, but I've mounted these flowers, and I actually mounted them both onto my piece of cardstock. And you can see where they have arrows on here. That's because that coordinates with the framelits that go with them, and you'll see the framelit has a little notch. So once I stamp these on this cardstock, like this, then I will be able to easily come in here, because I knew that that little arrow pointed up, and line these up and cut them out with my Big Shot. And that'll have cute little flowers. So I will go cut those out. Oh, one more thing. I wanted to do a banner. And I'm going to stamp this banner onto this piece of cardstock also. And I'm going to stamp the words. And the nice thing about the photopolymer is that because I can see right through there, I can line up exactly where I want those words to be. And then I just wanted to point out, now you can just cut out that banner, but also on our number framelits, that banner coordinates with that. And so that's one of the things I love about Stampin' Up! Is all the coordination, but that's great. So if you don't want to cut out the banner, get the number set. You'll love it. So I will be right back as soon as I get these cut out. Okay, I got those pieces cut. I've got my heart embellishment. I have got my cardstock. Here's my base. And I'm going to go ahead and put this card together. So to begin with, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my embossed base and I'm just going to add some snail right around the edges of this. Scoot that out of the way for a minute and show you how I cover up that, where I cut that heart out. And lay that on there. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with our tip top ribbon. I love this dotted lace trim ribbon. It's so delicate. It's beautiful. And I'm going to measure out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie a knot on this card. And so one of the ways that I measure my ribbon is if you take 3 lengths of the ribbon, so 1, 2, 3, and trim that off, I will have enough to do a knot. If I wanted to do a bow, I would just do 4 lengths of my card. And then I will have plenty to do a bow and cut off what I don't need. So there's just a little tip on how to cut your ribbon. And now I'm going to tie this in a bow. There we go. Or a knot, excuse me. And then once I get that tied, I do have a little bit I can trim up here and just kind of clean up my edge a little bit. Call it good. If I don't want the ribbon there, I can move it. I can just pull it on this card and move it around to wherever I want to have it. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to start putting these on. And I'm going to use dimensionals to put these on with. And I'm looking for them, but I will find them. Okay, there. So I'm going to take a couple of dimensionals. And I'm actually going to place them on the back of where these flowers are on this delicate die cut. And pull off the backs of those. And add that to my card. And then I'm going to take I'm going to take dimensionals and I'm going to add them onto my flowers. Just going to put a couple flowers on there. And they do coordinate. They match up perfectly, but if you don't get them perfectly matched up, it's okay. It'll look great. Even if it's just a little bit crooked, it kind of just gives a dimensional look to your flower. So there's those. And then I'm going to go ahead and put my banner on. You can see how quickly this card comes together. Put my banner on. And then I can go ahead and just add some adhesive to this. And add this to the base of my card. Make sure it gets on there straight. And then I'm going to take one of the stamps in that set and I want to just jazz up the inside of my card a little bit. And that's one of the things I love about these photopolymer stamps is that it's so easy to line them up. And I can just take that right down the side of the card. And probably what I will do with this one is I'll do an envelope too. And I'll have that going down the envelope so it coordinates together. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you tonight was the Winkostella. This is actually one of my favorite new products from Stampin' Up! That we carry. And it is just like a glitter paintbrush. So when you get your Winkostella, it's actually got a little ring in here, a black ring. You got to unscrew this, take the ring out, screw that back on. And then you want to gently squeeze on where it says push, you want to gently push or squeeze on there, and the ink will start to, the glitter will start to come down through this tube and then come down to the brush. And once you've done that, then you can just paint on. And I don't know if you can see this. I'll put the camera up to it. But it just puts a fine, fine little wink of glitter. And it just makes it, it pops, it's beautiful. And then I'm going to come in and I'll add a couple of pearls, which will really jazz up this card. And there you have it. Just a super quick, could be Valentine's, could be wedding, could be anniversary, and you could do this in any color. Any of our colors would look fabulous with this. So I hope that you have signed up for my newsletter. You can do that by visiting my website at www.ddistamps.com. And I hope you enjoyed this card. Thanks and have a great day.